Welcome back to the Level Up Leadership Podcast, brought to you by City View Church. On this episode, Pastor Chris Soto will be talking all about others. You'll learn to level up your leadership by being good with people, having a good reputation, and having good hospitality.
All right, welcome to episode 4, Level Up Your Leadership. And today we're talking about others. There's so much time we put in taking care of ourselves, reading books, going to conferences, going to retreats. The big word is self-care. And that's important. You know, I really believe that's extremely important. But there should be a retreat on others. There should be a conference on others. There should be a book on others. And I know they're out there and there's some great resources, but I want to focus on others. When you're a leader, there is the big part of you taking the time to invest in yourself so that way you can reach others. And I think it's important. The more you grow, the greater ability you have to truly bless others, to lead others. But let's talk about 3 things today. Let's talk about just being good with people. It doesn't matter if you're an extrovert or an introvert. When you're good with people, it kind of goes way beyond, those 2 personality traits. And I want to just share this with you. When you're good with people, you build trust. When you're good with people, people will rally around you. When you're good with people, there will be this synergy. There will be this joy of being around each other. And some of the leaders that I've seen in my personal life, they have this ability to really treat other people well. And so when I think of that, I think of learning more of their personal life. One of the best ways that you can build a relationship with others is just by asking them about their family, asking them about their parents, their grandparents. Where did you grow up? And some great questions that you can ask is, hey, tell me a little bit of how you came to Christ. Let them tell you their testimony. Or if it's somebody that's in a workplace and they may not be a believer yet and following Jesus, ask them, hey, tell me about when you're growing up. What was life like growing up? Where did you live? And tell me a little bit about it. What it does, it opens people up to really tell you the story of their life. And that's how you're good with others and do things. If you walk in integrity and godly character and you just have the ability to really let people know that hey, you're the real deal, you'll be good with people. So I want to encourage you with the area of others to be good with them. The second thing is this: a good reputation in public life. I know this. When you're in church, you're probably on your best behavior. When you're around people at work, a lot of times you're on your best behavior. One of the things I want to encourage you today, that your reputation will take you a long way. When you're in your workplace, when you're with family, I think you could let your guard down. You could be yourself. But I want to encourage you to do this, that you are the same person in private that you are in public. And what you do when you're like that, there is this great influence you have with other people in the public setting, whether it be people in the city, whether it be people at other businesses, whether it be people in your neighborhood, whatever it may be, that you build your integrity and your character and it influences other people. Your reputation is one thing, but your character surpasses a reputation. You shouldn't be a person that builds their reputation. You should actually be a person who builds godly character in your life, and then God takes care of all the rest. So good reputation with public people outside of your private influence. The last thing is this: hospitality. I think hospitality is an extremely important thing. It aids to being good with people and building a strong reputation with people outside of, your private life and going into your public life. And hospitality is something that you make people feel welcomed. And it doesn't even have to be in a home. It could be in any kind of setting. When you have the gift of hospitality, people feel important. People feel welcome. They feel like they're supposed to be exactly where they're at. And so people have this gift of hospitality. They have this gift of caring about people, have this gift of making people feel important. I believe everybody can do that. So one of the ways that you can do that is set the setting for a moment. Whenever I have a meeting, if I'm getting together with somebody, number one thing, I'm there on time. I try to get there on time before they're there, get their coffee or their tea. I ask them, hey, what would you like to drink? If it's a meeting outside of the office, if it's in a coffee shop, have their coffee ready or whatever they wanted to order. And when they come, I stand up and walk over there, shake their hand, welcome them, ask them how their day went, have a seat, and then have a conversation of how was your day today? That's one of the ways that hospitality can take place. I think of a Sunday morning in a church setting. I think everybody has this ability to make somebody feel important. And one of those ways that you could do it is you have your regular place that you usually are. It may be the seating that you have or the certain place in the lobby. But if you do this, if you go out of your way to welcome someone, and especially if it's a new guest, and you could ask them, hey, I've never met you before. Glad you're here. My name is Chris. And you just get into a conversation and learn a little bit about them. You can even invite them to something that is taking place during the week. It might be a Wednesday night men's group. It might be a women's group. It might be a youth. It might be a young adult group. Wherever you're at in life, I think that you could build that connectivity through hospitality. And then as time goes on, there's all kinds of different ways that you can make people feel special, that you could take the time to make someone feel welcomed. And I believe there is something so special about that, because what it leads to is loving friendships, lifetime relationships that you have with other people because you went out of your way to welcome someone, to make them feel special, and you use that gift of hospitality. And once again, you don't have to be an extrovert to be able to do that. You just have to be a loving person that wants to make somebody's day special. All right. God bless you. Next week, we're going to be having our next episode on Poised to Grow. We're going to be talking about how you set your life up in different areas so that you grow spiritually, you grow relationally, you grow emotionally, and there's all kinds of ways that you can grow. But we're going to talk about how to poise yourself for growth. All right, God bless you.